Hello, welcome to the Bowlers Union podcast. Chris Wright and Keith Barker, and today we are going to be picking another all-time Test bowling attack, and our focus is going to be on Australia. So this is a big one, Keith. Today, we've had the views of Damien Fleming in the past, so it'll be interesting to see if we decide to take those on board or not.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore those things he pointed out. But it's the Bowlers Union. We have our own opinion.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a really good one for selection. It's going to be tough in most areas, bar one, which I think is going to be a little bit of a potential letdown for how great this attack can be. So we'll have to see. We'll have to get into it.
Okay, right. Well, I mean, should we just kick off with the easiest selection, probably in any of these 11s we've done so far?
Yes.
Okay, Australia's first, or well, maybe only, but first spin selection, Shane Warne.
Yeah.
Arguably this is, when you have these debates, right? Best player to have ever played the game. Oh God, my voice went there. And people automatically kind of go all-rounders, right? Like genuine all-rounders. And they'll say like Sobers, Callis, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You might get a few Indians say Tendulkar, the greatest player to ever live. Warne, surely. Hardest skill in the game, isn't it? And like the bloke did it like so well, whacked it as well, caught.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, you'll like this. Chris, you'll like this, what I'm going to come up with now, because I know you were hardcore on this when you were younger. If you look at it from a WWE perspective.
I did like WWE, yeah. You are correct, sir.
He wasn't a one-trick pony. He wasn't just like a Ric Flair, which was kind of always causing trouble, this and the other.
Yeah. Woo!
You'd say he had the full package, like the Rock. He's got everything. He brings everything to the party. So it's not just about his legs. It's what he has to offer. He loved to drink. He's on the balcony, waving his hands, kicking about. He entertained the fans. So as a whole package, you would say yes. In my point of view, I don't know what you think of that.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I'm in the camp of. If you're talking all rounders, I think it's Callis. But actually, in terms of just for the sport in general, I think he's potentially the guy. Like you say, he's every man, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He bowls a bit of leg spin, probably a little bit overweight, heavier than he should be because he drinks so many beers. Loves the ladies. He's entertainment. That's what I think. People also, they love a bit of a rogue sports star, don't they? Yeah. They don't want to see the really boring interviews, cliches. They want kind of passion. They want that bit of rogueness, and I think Warne gives people that.
Yeah. So
right, well, he's in, right? So Warne, first man on the Aussie team sheet. Statistically, he got 708 Test wickets, an average of 25. And an economy of 2.6, like
ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's all doing the hardest skill probably in the sport. I think fair to say. Yeah. Good leg spins are tricky art. Okay, do you want to throw one out, or
Well, I think I'd like to think he's in your best attack. Is Mr. Glenn McGraw.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. I was wondering what was going on there. Yeah, 100% he is, yeah.
Yeah. Just never seemed to miss his length, so it seemed. Even, is it old T20 game he was playing, he was on the headset playing a game. I forgot what kind of game it was. It might have been like, I can't even remember, but he was
bowling Big Bash or something, would it?
Yeah, but he was bowling to Warner. That was it. And they were saying, "Come on, what are you gonna do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and." I think he tried setting up like two balls, like kind of come into him and then just push one across him. Hopefully he catches the edge. And exactly that, he's done it. And it's just like, well, there's not many bowlers that can do that, be so specific and execute it like that. He was just up there as top dog, just does exactly what it says on the tin. Hit an area from height, bit of movement. Do you go back? Do you go forward? We'll find out once the keeper's taken it and you're walking off.
Yeah. I want to, and I mean this in a really nice way, but it's so unfancy and so simple. It's just genius, isn't it? Because if you watch all the highlights back, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that thinks this, but you're like, oh, I wonder how he'd get on like right now, with maybe batters being more aggressive or whatever. And you're like, I think he'd have just been amazing still. Like I think the height. Well, he has immaculate control of his line, doesn't he? Immaculate ability to just hold his length. He doesn't even really swing it. He just nibbles it just enough. But I think the height it's from as well. It's just like the perfect combination for someone who's going to be, I guess you'd call him a line bowler, wouldn't you? I always think of him like pavilion end at Lords, bowling fourth stump, beating the outside edge, and he'd nip one back and like clean up blokes, I played with him at Middlesex, a couple of games. But I was obviously really young, right? So I was just like, this bloke's amazing. I was just in awe of him. And I think I tried to kind of chat to him about like kind of what he did and stuff. And it was almost so simple it was disappointing. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I wanted something that was like really like out there and freaky. And he was kind of like, more or less, he was just like, your line's always your line, and just tinker with your length until they're on the crease, kind of thing. It was like, oh, okay. When you're like, right. And again, I think that is kind of the point, isn't it? Like, you're always trying to do that, aren't you, with every batter instinctively? But I think I don't know. Is that good advice or not?
Well, it is, because people think, like, you get, especially young bowlers like yourself, you probably think you have to bowl the dream ball every ball. That's not the case. You just bowl a good line, work up and down the area, like natural variation, not I'm going to pull this one a bit further back now and this would be half a foot fuller. Like, just work up and down a line with a bit of natural variation of length and you'll be fine. That'll bring you success. Simple, but...
Damien Fleming said that he might come on, didn't he? He said he could try and help us get him on. And I feel like I'd like to find out how quick he's trying to bowl. I'd like to know that. Like, is he trying to bowl? If he's got 100% is the quickest he's ever bowled, where is he operating? Do you think he's quite within himself?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah,
because he didn't have a big delivery stride. I know he talked about that. He didn't overstride. He kept it short and really maintained all of his height.
Yeah,
which again, that's kind of anti-coaching, isn't it? Like, you speak to a lot of people, they talk about getting a big base, and that's how you bowl quick. This bloke's gone, I'm just going to get the 500 test poles. Not doing that, basically. Wonderful bowler. I'll tell you what he had. He had the aura as well, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Like, he'd get feisty, like proper feisty. Spray blokes a bit. You remember his like every time I play England, they'd ask him for his prediction. He'd think a bit and be like 5-0. You're like, come on, man. Oh, dearie me. An elite bowler. Is he arguably the best bowler ever? Seamer?
He's in contention, isn't he? There's not...
genuinely.
Yeah.
So, stats, he averaged 563 test poles at an average of 21. Economy rate of 2.4. Like, unbelievable. So, we obviously, who else have we done? We've done a few of the West Indies teams. I think, actually, off the top of my head, Curtly Ambrose and Malcolm Marshall were both the same, I think, 21.
Yeah.
We're like, that seems to be the GOAT figure, 21.
Yeah.
But okay, McGrath's in. This is where it gets tricky, Keith, I think. So we're going to have to start debating.
Yes.
Is it? I think we need to acknowledge some older generational bowlers very quickly, because a lot of people might be listening to this. Millions of people will be listening to this thinking, Dennis Lilly's got to be in there, and Jeff Thompson bowled 115 mile an hour. They have to play. They were before 1985, which was our rules. It's got to be after the year of my birth. Otherwise, Dennis Lilly most certainly would be in the conversation here, wouldn't he? I think.
Yes.
He really would. The first kind of, I think he was the first bloke to have an actual stress, like a diagnosed stress fracture, wasn't he? So like had a bit of his career, had a stress fracture, remodeled his action, still great. A proper technical guy, like had his bowling camp in Chennai and stuff, sort of coached that model. Brett Lee's bowling coach, apparently. But unfortunately, he's a bit too old for this.
Yeah.
Thompson, have you seen much of Thompson in the highlight? In the clips you see him in?
Yeah, only a few, mate. Yeah.
It's very slingy. Like, yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who bowls like that now. Really, you don't see too many. But there are people out there that would argue he's the quickest bowler ever. They debate speed guns and all this sort of stuff. But again, he's before we're, before we're talking. So we'll roll out your Lillys and your Thompsons, and we've got a little list here of other considerations. Shall I just throw some names out there?
Yeah, go for it.
So we've got Mitchell Starc, another big left armer, Mitchell Johnson to consider. We have the Rhino, Ryan Harris, because we're talking peak here. Yeah. We have current captain, Pat Cummins. And actually, I haven't even written him down here. I forgot. Brett Lee. Brett Lee. So, I mean, is there anyone there who you're like, this bloke has to be in? Or do you think you can argue all of them?
Yeah, no, there's one other, I think, who would be in there for me, but there's a few others that are really up for debate. Not all the names you mentioned. Amazing bowlers they may be, but I don't think they will get there into what would be my selection anyway.
So, of those people that were just mentioned there, statistically, the standout is Pat Cummins. Is that who you were thinking?
That's who I was going to.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So Pat Cummins still obviously playing and got plenty left in him. 309 Test wickets at 22, economy of 28, and actually a strike rate that's unmatched, 45. So he's close to those GOAT levels that we talked about with McGrath, Malcolm Marshall, these blokes. So Cummins is 100% fair, right? Cummins in?
For me, yeah.
Have you faced Cummins or played against him?
I think I played a Lions game, and I can't remember if he played or not. I did face in that game Stark and Lyon. Luckily for me, when I came into bat, Stark just come on to bowl. So bear in mind, okay, so you'd be worried, wouldn't you? Thinking, oh my God, Stark, what's this going to be like?
Yeah.
It was the first game playing over here. It wasn't just your normal type of day, which you'd class as probably not being that warm. It was probably a little bit cooler than that in Northamptonshire. So he's not really going to be up for that, is he?
Nah. He's cruising. Yeah.
Off the plane, kind of bowling at someone who's coming in at 8 or 9. And I reckon I faced probably 4 or 5 hours off him. And you could see he was just kind of almost like a practice net, like loosening up. So he did beat the outside edge a few times, dropped 1 or 2 short, which I I kind of picked up as soon as that ball left his fingertips. I was ducking very quickly.
It's amazing how quickly you can see it when you need to see it, isn't it?
And then, I had Nathan Lyon at the other end.
That's a good combo. That's a good matchup for them at you. Left arm pace, away swing, and a gun off spinner. What a little combo.
I did get one sweep away off him as well, which I was happy with.
Normal or reverse?
Normal as well, yeah. Very unusual for me. I think I finished with like a 12 not out. So I was happy.
Take that. What's Lyon like? You obviously played against Jeets and faced Jeets in the nets. In terms of energy on the ball, how did that compare? How did Lyon compare?
I think obviously different points in the career from when I faced Jeets to Lyon, because Jeets was at the Jeets would get me at every second ball. In practice, he'd get me at every second ball. And I remember playing against Warwickshire against Jeets. I was thinking, oh my God, he gets me at every time he lets go of it. I need to be on it. And I did okay against him. He didn't get me out, so it was massive. Yeah. And I took a few calculated risks against him. Like how he can be quite unpredictable, can't he, G? So I was like, I need to match his unpredictability. I need to first ball, I'm just going to charge. First ball of the yard, I'm just going to charge him. And I charge him, bang, over top the right. I know he's going to do something different. So I was kind of measuring up against that. Lyon was just kind of, again, that game, just getting into it. He's, his first game, it's cold, it's Northants, it's just, let me just get a feel of the ball coming out my fingers, basically. So I wouldn't say I faced him at his best when he was trying to really put loads on it. That'd be my answer for that, mate.
Okay, good to know. So in terms of this final spot then, neither of us have faced Mitchell Johnson, Brett Lee, Ryan Harris, Mitchell Stark. Oh, you just faced Stark. So it's hard to comment there. I do remember Mitchell Johnson in his peak. He had about 2 years, didn't he? Including a test series against England in Australia where he was bowling he was just bowling thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Almost hitting blokes left, right and centre.
He went through a good 2 year stretch of if he wanted to hit someone, he would hit them. There was no I'm on it, I'm bowling well, I've got you on your toes. It was almost like I'm on it, I'm bowling well. If I want to hit you in the face, I'm going to do it.
I mean, I remember. I think it was. I was in South Africa at the time, and they were playing in South Africa, and I think he hit Amla and he hit Ryan McLaren, and he hit them both on the bunts, and I think both of them couldn't play the next test, just concussed. And you're like, holy cow! The only bloke that could play him was De Villiers. But other than that, every single person was just getting absolutely peppered. If you could only pick one of him or Stark, their stats are they're similar.
Well, okay. You know why, as from our latest podcast when we've been doing these attacks, I've always wanted to have one bowler that was the most vicious, aggressive, angry, quickest bowler that there was around. And if we're going on peak kind of era, I would say Johnson may kind of have a fear factor, and that kind of he's on song. But at the same time, I cannot not have this in the mix that throughout whole career and as well when on song at their peak, they were just a golden arm wicket taker, which was stopped. So for me, between the two, I have an answer for it, who I would pick, because at the end of the day, it's about getting off the park as quick as possible. I don't want to be on the park for that long. So I would go more towards Mitchell Stark.
Yeah, right, okay. And you know what? I think I would too. And this is something that our friend, the biologist, said. His record in Asia is a joke, Stark. So, for example, Johnson. This sounds hard. Johnson wasn't like renowned for swinging the ball or anything like that.
No.
Is that fair? However, Stark's got both. So, like, Stark can play in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and actually he can pitch it up and hoop it back in, and then he can reverse tank the old ball as well. Whereas I feel like Johnson's a little more halfway down all the time. This is not saying Johnson's not an absolute jet, because he absolutely is. We're talking about arguably what's going to be the best attack there is. So I personally would plump for Stark over Johnson as well. And equally, Stark's got has he got the second quickest recorded ball ever or something like that? I'm sure Stark's hurled one down at over 160 kilometers an hour. I think it's like Akhtar, maybe Tate, and Stark of like the three quickest recorded balls.
Wow.
I mean, look, if I'm wrong there, please let me know. But the other one or two that we've not really talked about here, Brett Lee and Ryan Harris.
Yeah.
Like, what a bowler Ryan Harris was. This is so short and sharp, though. Like, he didn't play for long.
He knee issues, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Let me just find his record, because his record is short but impressive. Ryan Harris, 27 games, just 27 games, 113 poles at 23.5. Economy rate at 2.7. The bloke's like, serious performer.
Yeah. It's a shame, obviously, he didn't have a longer career, because I think he had a lot to offer. Yeah.
No, I agree. A wholehearted like performer. And that ball he bowls at Cook, you know, the one where he it like kind of it sort of swings and then it bounces, it nips, but then it swings again after it's nipped. And it clips the top of the stump. She's like, oh my days. So honourable mention for him. What about Brett Lee?
Right. I mean, if you look at it, really, he's the only bowler I've known where the whole world has tried to replicate his action, which, that says a lot about what you've done to the game for everyone to want to do that.
Yeah, 100%. Although, again, little side note, it does beg the question: why was no one telling everyone to bowl like Glenn McGrath?
Because you know what I mean? It's the same thing now, isn't it? Even so much further on.
Yeah.
People just want to talk about pace. That's it. Like, being an absolute jet is not good enough for your average human being. Like, why would you not want to be just way better at what you do than be 5 miles an hour quick? Still be absolute bang average.
Yeah. No, fair. Anyway, we won't start that. We can't go into all of that again. So, right, we're picking our last seamer is one of Mitchell Stark, who I think is the favourite, Mitchell Johnson, Ryan Harris, Brett Lee.
No, just to say we've not mentioned Hazelwood. Just a shout out to Hazelwood, because I think he's been exceptional over the last few years.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's fair, because he's an absolute gun. To be fair, to be fair, he should have got a mention.
I just want to say a little shout out to a latecomer, which was Scott Boland. Well done on being arriving late, but being one of the most successful bowlers that have come along the last few years, definitely. But who we saying between Stark, Johnson, Harris, and Lee?
Or do we play an extra spinner?
We didn't even mention it. Yeah. God.
I'm going to throw it out there. Australia's all-rounder isn't a good enough seam bowler that you could play two spinners.
No, that's true. That's true.
Not in this team anyway. So Lyon's an absolute freak and a gun, but I think it's Starkey.
Yeah. No, it has to, for me. It has to be. Yeah, and he can bat a little bit too.
Yeah. Actually, they've all of a sudden they've got a really good lower order here because we've just got the all-rounder left to pick. But in terms of 9 or 8, 9, 10, 11, it would probably be something like Warne 8, Cummins 9, Stark 10, McGrath 11. That's apart from McGrath, that's good depth.
That's good depth. Yeah.
All-rounder. This is where it's tricky because Australians always give it that. Australians love to say like your batters get your runs and your bowlers get your wickets. We don't do all-rounders. And it's starting to come around to the idea that an all-rounder's handy. In recent memory, though, we've got 4 people to consider for this slot. We've got Steve Waugh being the oldest with a batting average of 51, tasty, bowling average of 37, not so tasty. Then we've got Shane, I love a review, Watson, what a player, batting average of 35, bowling average of 33. That's a solid player, and actually he could crank it as well back in his peak.
Yeah.
Then he settled into more of an areas guy. We've got the young upstart Cam Green, batting average at the moment of 34 and a bowling average of 35. Although I know you're a huge fan of his, aren't you? You think fighting. And then most recent is Bo Webster, who in a very small sample size averages 34 with a bat and 23 with the ball. So, I mean, I think I know where I'm leaning with this, but I'd be interested to know what your thoughts were.
It's not straightforward for me, but I would be picking between either a Watson or I like what's he called? Cam Green's height as well, and he can get it down there. But he probably hasn't played enough to justify him getting in that team for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I? So I think I know who I'd like to see in. I don't think Steve Waugh's enough of a bowling option for what we're doing here.
No.
I'm leaning towards Shane Watson, and I also think with a lineup of McGrath, Cummins, Stark. Cummins and Stark are my pace. They're the guys cranking it up. I'm happy for Watson to do his thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a little bit different change of pace, different gear. Obviously, top quality batter, and apparently he's a good guy as well. I've heard. I know. Yeah. So I feel like you need those blokes in the team. A good, solid bloke. I think Watson personally.
And I like the fact that he's been up the order in white ball cricket. So if needed in the Test match, like I need you to get on with it. I'm banking that he's going to pull off something every so often.
Are we confirming Shane Watson? Because if we are, we've got our official lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: compared to all the other kind of all-rounders we've come across in other teams, this is definitely one of the weaker all-rounders, but he is still going to be a nice fit in this attack.
Yeah, right. Okay, so in our team then, knowing Australia, Gilchrist would probably be at 7, but Watson would be an all-rounder at 6, Warne at number 8, Pat Cummins at number 9, Mitch Stark at 10, and Glenn McGrath at number 11. That is a serious bowling lineup for anywhere in the world. That is really tasty. So are you happy with that final side?
I'm happy with that. I think that's a very good attack. And for those listening who disagree all you want. It's our opinion. But it's not as straightforward as what we'd like it to be, but this is what we think we would have to carry across any country and give ourselves the best chance of winning if we were Australia.
Absolutely. And remember, it's from 1985 onwards. So anyone thinking, where's Ray Lindwall or something like that? No, not in this one. Look, that was good fun, Keith. It's a really good side. If anyone wants to get in touch and disagree, by all means do. We'll want to hear who we might have forgotten. But look, thanks so much for listening, and we'll speak again to you soon. Take it easy.
Cheers.